Hi there, it's Ken again. After a week of play, I'm coming back with some more score reporting policies and updates so we can try to get this right. So I apologize for taking so long, but we've learned a lot in this last week with a lot of help from the coaches. So I wanted to update the policies and I'll explain why, and then I'm going to show you guys what it looks like on a mobile device instead of my computer. And I've also figured out that some of the things I showed in the last video you guys don't have access to because I was using an account that is the SFC League admin. So I think I've set it up. It's going to look a little bit better this time. I want to start by just showing that on ryfsa.com under SFC there's a reporting scores tab now. I am going to include all of the screenshots and instructions on here statically, including a link obviously to this video, and we can update this as we go. But what I wanted to point off right off the bat, I know there's been some discussion of the home team or the winning team or who reports the scores. I've decided to require the home teams from this day on to report the scores. And the reasoning for this is simple. It just makes it easier for us to follow up with who needs to do it. The league staff has no idea who wins a game, but we know who the home team was supposed to be. So it'll just cut who we have to contact in half to get the scores in if they're not in within 24 hours. There's not much we can do. I want everyone to target 24 hours. I want you to report both game scores if you guys kept it for game 2. If both coaches just weren't keeping score and it's not a big deal, just put in 0-0. If you remember it, it's fine. After it's put in, it's going to show into your standings. And you guys don't have the ability to put don't count. But what we're going to do is have league staff come out within the next day, and all game 2s we'll remove from this. We'll put as don't count, so the scores will be on your team page, but they won't count towards the standings. But league staff will have to do that. And so all I'm asking for is Fridays and the weekends come. If we can just kind of self-police this. If coaches log on and see that teams are missing or if something looks awry or amiss, just send us an email, preferably to ryfsa01@gmail.com right now. And if we all kind of just work on this together, we should have really accurate standings, which is something I think we can definitely improve from years past. So with that said, I am going to switch to a different view here. So the one thing we've learned, I want to see, so I'm actually not on my team. So I'm going to click on my team, the Rochester Huskies. And so this is a team page, and I think this is where most of us are reporting scores from. On this top view, the upcoming games right here, you can see that like my game on Tuesday night, which is less than 24 hours away, is listed in upcoming games. I'm not 100% sure when it leaves here. The nice thing about upcoming games is you can see that it has the 6 o'clock and the 7:15. However, what happens is after we play the games and that time passes, the only place to enter scores is down here in the recent games and scores. And unfortunately in the mobile view, there is no times, and it's not sorted by date and time. As you can see here with my Goodhue White, 5:31 is on top, and then you have 2 Goodhue Purples on 6:2, and then Goodhue White on 5:31. So I'm not 100% sure how this table is organized, but it's definitely not by time and date. So like right now I could not put in the scores for those 2 Rochester Wildcat games because I have no idea which one is game 1 and which one is game 2. If you want to do it from here, I can give you a little secret. When you go to record it, the time's not even on here, but I just clicked the top one. If you look at the game number 215, and then if we click on the bottom one, it's game 62. The lower number is probably game 1 because I went in and added all the second games after the fact. So you're probably 95% chance that if you scored this as game 1, you'd be okay. But until we get an update on the site, which we have requested, the time to be included on this table. Until then, what I'm asking is everybody update your scores on the event page. So what I'm going to call the event standings page. When you go to events, if you don't see SFC, you might have to search for it. And I just put right in the keyword SFC and hit search. And then there's a little star button here. Obviously, I would recommend starring it. So from here, you can see I was already on mine. You have all the divisions across the top. So I'm going to go to 12U Silver. And this this is where I think we should all be putting in our scores, and I'll show you why and what the view. This is the view. So I've created an account where I'm just a coach. I'm nothing more than a coach with this account. And you can see all the way back to my May 31st game against Goodhue White. I can actually request a score, a score correction. And I see people are doing that. It's sending me a lot of emails. Unfortunately, it's been very confusing, so I haven't got around to fixing those yet until I made this video. But you guys should see, from this page, you'll see this is the 6 o'clock game, right? And then if I get in here, here's my 7:15 game. So if the scores are backwards, this is the screen I hope you guys would use so you can make sure that it's 6 and 7:15, and don't use that other one. And then if we scroll down, and I'm just looking for that icon under the game number. So here, like, there's a 169, and there's my icon, right? And there's another icon. So it's a little bit harder. Obviously you have all the other games, but I think we'll get used to it until we get a better way. So tomorrow night when we play the Wildcats, I know that this June 7th, 6 p.m., click on it, type in the scores, and this is where it was pointed out today by Coach that you guys don't have the ability to put don't count on there. So just put in the scores, both games. Again, if you don't want to report Game 2 scores, it's perfectly fine. Put in 0-0. If the away team says, hey, I'd like to keep the scores, I think it looks nice. It's not going to count towards your standings, but the away team can come in after the fact and do a score correction. And then I'll just hit accept on Game 2s. So I hope this helps. If everyone, and I literally mean everyone, because up to this point, I think it's been very confusing. If you guys could go to this page, the events page, navigate to your division, whatever division it is, and go ahead and scroll down the pool schedule. Everyone has one pool except for 10U Silver, where I tried something a little bit different with the scheduling. So they actually have 2 pools. But go down through your pool schedule, find your first 2 games if you have 2, or 1 game if you have 1, and just verify that the first game score and the second game score are in the correct place. And then only if you've been the home team. So the away teams, if the away teams can stay away from doing this right now for the previous games, let's have all the home teams go check it out. And then if we don't have anything by Thursday or Friday, I'll start sending out emails. I would like to see every single game scored. If you still don't have access, the ability to even put in a score, there's another video on how to get that depending on who created your team. And we can help with that too. So I hope that helps. I really, really want to get by this weekend. I would like to see the standings being a lot more accurate and a lot less missed games. And I understand that this has been very confusing. Hopefully this will make it a little bit more clear. Home team reports the score until we get a better view on the team page. Report it from the standings. Game 1, game 2, you guys can't change if the don't count. So just put in the scores, and then league staff will come in, and we'll just continually clock the 7-15 games as don't count, so the standings are correct. Okay, hope that helps. Thank you.